There's a potent power in reclaiming your mornings, in having space from when you wake up to be intentional in your intention to reconnect with gratitude, to ground yourself, to be clear, to be in your own energy, to feel that you are in safe space, that you have the ability to connect to your inner peace and your calm and your serenity, or directing yourself in what you want to act on and move on in a way that you feel liberated and expanded in your energy and how you can simply be yourself, that you're returning into being and that you're allowing yourself grace and softness and also your enthusiasm and joy without necessarily being in the energy of impulsiveness or recklessness, yet being grounded and steady in your vision and intention with clarity. You may be feeling a lot of energy bubbling and rising, a lot of emotional intensity. This new moon in Scorpio is what I'm hearing is kind of, it's not very forgiving, as in you are being pushed to confront and feel and deal with and navigate intense emotions and things that you may not have wanting to be looking at or witnessing, to truly alchemize them, to truly allow yourself to feel. You may be very highly sensitive at this time, and it's the sensitive souls that are the true leaders. I was even seeing a post earlier on how someone was sharing that those who cry more easily, or actually through brain scans and studies, they're more connected to their reasoning and to the prefrontal cortex of the mind, certain aspects in our biochemistry, that you are actually not overly emotional, yet more able to read the room, more able to predict and to see, to foresee potential conflict and wanting to minimize them, being able to respond. And this is when you are in that King of Cups energy of emotional maturity, that you observe emotions rather than being entangled or enmeshed in them and letting them run the show, that you can witness yourself in your feeling and know that it's just energy and emotion passing through. While it can be dense and feel heavy and feel that you need to give yourself a lot of softness and gentleness and grace. I'm really feeling that for this new moon, which is later today into early tomorrow morning. And I'm doing an event tomorrow in which we'll still be in the energy of that, with some activations and some releasing, guided with the playlist with music to truly alchemize and allow yourself to feel and to release and call in mantras to empower you and to embolden you in energy and to feel that internal shift. Because since in that internal shift and that energetic work that you do within you, so you see the shifts and the elevations in your reality. It's living from the inside out in how what you create within you is what is made manifest in your reality. And while the wheel of fortune may change and turn, and it's come out in tarot cards today, there are things and cycles that are beyond our control, as in nature, that it's all following a rhythm and flow, and there's things that happen that are beyond our control. What we can control is being the observer, the witness to what is happening in our internal reality, which is you experiencing the universe within you, all being available and accessible within you, and coming back into clarity and stillness and gentleness and love, returning to love within you. Now I'm going to go through the cards that have come out recently from yesterday into today, really feeling this energy. And yesterday I was getting the energy of the lovers reversed, and this means things being out of harmony or not in balance in your, whether professional or personal life, in relationships, in family relationships, and perhaps feeling things are disordered or not at ease, not in harmony, and you're invited to feel those things, to witness those things, to make peace with them, and to come back into love within you, since love is what truly transforms. And having compassion for yourself, having grace for yourself. There may be certain things that you feel angry about, or sensitive about, or upset about, or something that you're truly being asked to at this time to hold space for in your heart. And through feeling that, feeling the intensity of it, you create a shift within your heart in which you can release and let go. And this is something that can be quite challenging to navigate. But if you're feeling that you've been wronged or hurt by someone, from a point of humility, which Scorpio season does invite us into the intensity and depths of experiencing, is observe, and this is not to minimize or invalidate your own experience, yet to observe how you may have had moments where you received compassion, grace, understanding, and forgiveness from someone from a time that you may have been in the wrong, or you may have wounded or hurt someone, whether intentionally, unintentionally, consciously, unconsciously, and where you may have wanted to receive that grace and compassion. Perhaps you're being asked to hold that grace and compassion within you, even if you're not in direct relationship with that person, because it simply allows you to return back to oneness and back to a sense of grace and peace within you, in returning back into love, since love is what truly transforms. It's holding greater love for yourself and not allowing yourself to hold on to sorrow, sadness, pain, bitterness, resentment, since those are all energetic blockages to the flow of abundance. Yet perhaps if there's someone you feel wronged by, perhaps your mission in this life is to be the energy of compassion and peace and forgiveness and grace, to hold it within you and to keep forgiving and extending grace and compassion to that individual or circumstance or energy. Does not mean that you need to move forward with that connection or continue to have it part of your reality. And it does require you to make peace with it for your own health and well-being, and for your moving forward with greater ease and lightness in your being, lightness in your energy, allowing you to elevate. That may be a delicate and sensitive topic for some of you who've connected with this video. Yet this new moon is really asking you to hold space for yourself, to give compassion and grace first and foremost to yourself, so you can alchemize things, you can transmute and transform. If you're a sensitive soul, you're an old soul, this is what you're here to do. And it can feel, you may even feel some frustration and anger coming up at having taken on burdens which are not yours, which I was feeling the release of in the last video. Like, release the burdens and responsibilities of things that are not yours to carry. You may feel like you've been a caretaker and you've been taking on things that you're being asked to let go of, and that may have been why the Queen of Pentacles was reversed, which was suggesting themes of selfishness. Yet that isn't a necessity at times, in which you prioritize your own well-being and your self-care and your own energy, so that if you're feeling scattered and you're feeling energy building and you're feeling that you're more ignored in a leadership role and you're feeling more potent power rising within you, that you're not scattered in your approach. You're asked to really contain that, to ground yourself in your energy so you can focus on the practicalities and taking a grounded, steady, steadfast approach, bit by bit, laying brick by brick, in how you are focused on your forward momentum and building more of your future. In the other cards that have come out is voyage, going on a voyage. Look at the whale energy, and this can be long distance. It could be the long distance of traveling from the mind down into the heart, which can seem on the human level the longest and most complicated journey that we go on, to just connect to our essences, just connect to our heart and connect back to love and grace and compassion within us, and unconditional love for yourself. And that you're not here to be absolutely perfect. You're not here to follow absolutely rigid, strict routines. While you can call yourself up to higher standards and you can have better discipline and better devotion, you are also allowed to give yourself grace and flexibility and fluidity and ease in flow, in having compassion for yourself. And that acceptance, that self-acceptance of yourself, no matter what, does allow you to transcend things, does allow you to move forward, since you're giving up any sense of inner conflict. And there's people that talk about red flags with other people and they didn't observe the signs and this and that. And that simply comes back down to the energy of judgment. It comes back to powerlessness and victimhood. It comes back to a blame game where you're placing all of the blame or responsibility on someone else, or you're being hard on yourself for not having made certain choices and decisions sooner, when your intuition was screaming at you and you knew something that you weren't listening to. And at the end of the day, this still comes back to the energy of berating yourself and self-criticism, when that needs to go. And criticism of others is a reflection of the criticism that you have for yourself. acceptance and going back to ease and grace and love, as everything has happened in divine order and divine timing. Everything has been a stepping stone on your journey. Everyone has served a part of the piece of the puzzle of you rediscovering yourself and reconnecting with the truth of who you are. And therefore, this peace is the ultimate prize, your peace within you. And got the two fish and Piscean energy, and that's giving me the Neptunian energy. It's suggesting to me that massive changes are coming in by February next year in how you're truly making peace with being a completely new version of you. And you're now being ignited and initiated through the sacred fire, Scorpio energy and feeling fire, but also a lot of water, the inner waters. There's a new initiation happening. You're activating a new version of you. This is a complete rebirth. A version of you that you have been carrying for so long is currently in the process of death, of dying, that you're letting go of. That's no longer me. I no longer live that way. I no longer hold those beliefs. I no longer tolerate this in my reality. I no longer hold myself to that standard. I'm claiming something new, and how you're completely redefining things. And it could be over the next 3 to 4 months that you're fully embodying that new power and that new energy and that new way of showing up. And a very powerful way to work on that energetically is to reclaim your mornings, to cut out the outside noise and outside world so you can devote yourself in commitment to your own energy, your mind, body, soul practices, your reflection, your intention, what actions you're wanting to take, how you're moving on them, and leading yourself from the inside out in reclamation of truth, power, wisdom, and embodiment. Very strongly coming through. In Tarot, Wheel of Fortune, as I'd said, we can't control absolutely everything that's going on around us. Yet we can accept that in all cycles of life, we can look at things having been positive or being positive in the turning of the wheel. We can choose to move with it in that sense, in that embodied energy, and welcome it as good luck, as fertility, as prosperity, and good fortune. The Knight of Wands came out reversed, which is suggesting a clash between you and the horse that you're on, that you need to be in greater alignment. There's a scattered energy. You're wanting to be more potent in it and to feel more powerful and more grounded. And I asked for clarification and an outcome card on that, and I got the Knight of Cups, which is he looks almost like a novice, yet he is steadfast. The energy I'm getting is content with what he already has as laying a foundation and moving forward steady, steadfast, playing the long game. It's turtle vision of slow and steady wins the race. And once you remain grounded and you ground yourself in your own energy, you come back into, guided now to this, the truth of the divine matrix, the matrix being the divine matrix and Mother Nature, Mother Earth, not the patriarchal system, but returning to the knowing and the sense inside of you of wholeness and embodiment and truth, that you already are and have everything and you are held. And that it's important that you release any energies of negativity, bitterness, resentment, anger, frustration over having believed things that were falsehoods, that were not true, that are illusion, because still you have been given the opportunity to return to the truth of who you are, and that in itself is a gift and a blessing. You're seeing more of your gifts coming online and how you can support others with them, and it's very important that you see the value of them, that you can absolutely monetize on that, and you can, as you refine your own sense of self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth, and you're seeing your self-concept refinement mirrored back to you in the transformative results that you are delivering and offering others. Therefore, you can refine your steps forward in greater power and truth, in monetizing on your gifts and talents and what offers you are creating. And you're now currently refining that. And it requires you to hold space, to hold a container for yourself, to get clear on how you're moving forward, looking at and observing what the mirror is revealing to you as being your unique gifts and talents, what shifts are being created from you. So you have greater clarity on what you're potently focusing in on in moving forward. That feels more, it feels clearer, feels even more aligned. feels even more potent, feels it's delivering even greater transformation. Yet the key thing is you also want it to be fulfilling for you. You want your inner peace in the situation. You want your inner fulfillment. You want to feel that all your needs are met physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in connections, in love, and creating more of that. And it's not a quick fix, it's not a fast track, it's not the impulsiveness of jumping into your joy, yet getting clear on what it is that you're truly wanting in your heart. And that could be a feeling of home, that could be a feeling of serenity, that could be a feeling of finally allowing your body to sigh and release in the surrender to softness and feeling held by the Divine Mother, feeling you no longer need to fight for what's already yours, that you're moving and switching from survival mode into thriving, that it's been a fight, it's been a battle, it's been psychological, spiritual warfare, of a mental battle of constantly pushing through. And then maybe now you're feeling your body wants to completely surrender to feeling held, provided for, safe, protected, divinely guided, and it can switch into a greater effortless ease. And while you can step out of your comfort zone and follow new ways of being and following your truth and showing up in voice and visibility, that you're in a greater trust of being receptive and that all your needs are met. And you're allowing yourself to truly believe that and to see it, because as you believe it, you perceive it. And you need to believe it first. You need to feel it energetically in your being. You need to surrender to softness within you so that that frequency can match you and meet you in your reality. So is it actually a frequency of excitement you're wanting to experience? Or is it one of true inner peace, a feeling of home, a feeling of softness, a feeling of ease, a feeling of contentment, a feeling of relief, a feeling of it's over, a feeling of I did it, a feeling of I've already won, a feeling of celebration that can make you jump up and down with joy, yet it's not a fleeting moment. It's one that you get to savor the taste of every single day, that it's an extended enjoyment. It's a quiet satisfaction that gives you a slow, gentle smile and that kind of sensation and feeling. So the version of you who has achieved all of this, who has realized all of that, how are they feeling in their body? They're likely feeling such a calmness, a contentment, the energy of that King of Cups. You're sitting on your throne and feeling grateful and feeling content and enjoying the simple simplicity of life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying the contentment, enjoying the loving connections in your reality, enjoying the food that you get to enjoy today, enjoying the loving connections and enjoying the opportunities that are coming in. And it's simply easeful and it's simply growing and expanding. And it's not a quick fix. It's not a sudden rush. It's something that simply flows with ease. That would be the state that you would be in complete trust and surrender. The other cards here are the Prophet and the Magdalene in returning to love. From the Matrix card, I'm guided to this message, which is open. I'm going to read for you. Take it as it resonates. Thank you for being here, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm sending you so much energy of grace, compassion, and peace within you as you ground into your energy, into your body, and trust is all is unfolding for your highest good right here, right now. Everything is working for your benefit, in your favor. And as you release and alchemize any wounding or pain within your heart that's serving your next level growth and elevation, something that may not be easy to witness, to do, to surrender into the depths of, yet it ultimately rewards you from the inside out. Trying to figure out why certain things happen is like attempting to piece together a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle while only having a few pieces of the puzzle in your possession. You cannot fully understand the present situation using the logic of your finite mind. Just know that a bigger picture exists, even though it's not possible for you to see it at this time. Trust where all that is happening is an act of love. Ultimately, you discover the blessing. Have patience. You're going to look back on this period of your life and be thankful for all that is occurring right here, right now, and how it's shaped you, it's molded you into who you are becoming. It's activated intuitive gifts and abilities within you. It's facilitated transformation within you and for others. It's brought in and called in and invited in your dream life, despite any challenges and hurdles and obstacles that you may be experiencing or have overcome. If you can hold the memory of how you have manifested something that a previous version of you wanted, you can hold the energy of something magical happening for you right here, right now, and return to a state of grace and gratitude and choosing love, even when it's hard. All unfolds in perfect time. All you need to know is revealed at the most perfect moment. Be patient and trust, for angelic forces are at work in your life right now. Feel the presence of the goddess within you. Ask her to clear your mind so you may hear her guidance within your heart. The goddess speaks through feelings that stir within you. Feel her pull your heartstrings as she bathes you in her healing light. You will receive a sudden inspiration when you least expect it, and this will lead to a most positive outcome. Be prepared for a pleasant surprise. And it's truly when you let go and surrender and breathe that something new can come in. I'm going to have to stop here. Excuse me for that interruption. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And see you in the next one. That's it. Let me know if this resonates. Bye.